And good afternoon once again. This is Brother Darren, Hebrews 9 verse 27 and John 3 verse 16. So, first of all, before I go into the post, a disclaimer as far as Black Lives Matter are concerned. This post is in no way associated with Black Lives Matter. I do believe that Black Lives Matter, that all lives matter. I agree with that sentiment, just don't agree with the movement overall as a whole. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of pick up now. Okay, so shouts to my brother Hudson on this post. He said I should just put my thoughts out on this one when I sent this to him via WhatsApp, so here it is. So this one is a bit of a rhetorical question, although people are welcome to come back with any comments or thoughts if they want. But it's a bit of a rhetorical question for atheist evolutionists who don't believe that God created the earth, our solar system, and the universe that we live in. Now, if all we are is just evolved animals, because God does not exist, and he wasn't the first cause of our universe, and murder within human society is just simply the killing of another evolved animal, why aren't we off charging all the other animals for killing one another? Where's the advocacy? Where's the equality? Where's the animal rights for non-evolved species that sadly did not make it to evolve? Where's their justice? Now, we're all the evolutionists or the atheists marching for animal on animal crime. Now, I haven't seen any mass groups of law enforcement officers, as an example, go down to any coast when you got mass shoals of fish that are gathered to mate or feed, and for those law enforcement officers to arrest other animals that are preying on them. Sharks, whales, dolphins. Same thing across the Serengeti, the Great Zambezi River, wherever it might be. Now, what about domestic animals? How does it apply to them? Again, I've not seen any Extinction Rebellion, Greta Thunbergs, vegetarian brigades, Greenpeace, or any animal conservation or activist groups campaigning for liberty for any pit bull or Rottweiler that killed any other smaller, less physical dog. Neither have I heard of any cases brought before judges or lawyers that specialise in defending such dogs that are charged with murder of another dog and getting that dog acquitted, with that dog coming out of court for getting a not guilty and being sworn by paparazzi. Now, if we excuse animals and say that they're justified in killing for food, then why don't we arrest them, say, for killing each other, at least for territorial disputes or for mating rights? Why don't we have police officers up and down the countryside lanes of Wiltshire, staked out, waiting to prevent the next non-evolved animal on animal crime? Better yet, how many murderers are let off cases based on them arguing that they're just evolved animals acting on animal instinct? To show me one. Now, the Sumerian code of Ur Nammu, circa 2100 to 2050 BC, and the Babylonian code of Hammurabi, circa 1716 BC, are among the earliest legal codes and list of laws that we have. Now, these are coming right from out of the Fertile Crescent, Sumer and Babylon, which, funnily enough, is an area that mankind was supposed to have quickly formed civilizations in right after Noah's flood. So let's have a look at that. So this is the code of Ur Nammu. Let's see if it's got any charges for animal or non-animal crimes or anything such as that. So here's the laws, or the surviving laws that they've got anyway. Among the surviving laws are these. If a man commits a murder, that man must be killed. If a man commits a robbery, he will be killed. If a man commits a kidnapping, he is to be imprisoned and pay 15 shekels of silver. If a slave marries a slave, and on and on, and on and on. But I can't see anything in there about evolved animals or any such thing of the like, or animal versus animal crimes. It says if a man knocks out the eye of another man, he shall weigh out half a mina of silver. If a man has cut off another man's foot, he is to pay 10 shekels. If a man in the course of a scuffle smashed the limb of another man with a club, he shall pay 1 mina of silver. If someone severed the nose of another man with a copper knife, he must pay 2/3 of a mina of silver. If a man knocks out a tooth of another man, he shall pay 2 shekels of silver. If a slave woman strikes someone acting with the authority of her mistress, text is destroyed on that one. Anyway, I think you get my point. Now, there's simply nothing in that earliest legal law code that we have right there that we found so far in history about animal and animal crimes. It's just not there. There are no think tanks, government bodies or organisations that are looking at all of this or campaigning for it. It's just not there. Now, neither the most ancient civilizations of Sumeria or ancient Egypt, who were the first to start and develop pictogram, cuneiform and hieroglyphic writing systems, as well as record their spiritual, mythological, historical and cultural accounts, said anything or knew anything at all about man coming from other animals. They knew nothing about ape-like ancestors that were smaller primates and water-dwelling creatures that evolved before that. And these are the oldest accounts of civilization that we have outside of the Bible. But for the most part, their god systems were polytheistic and pantheistic, or they incorporated elements of earthly aspects within them in that worship. Now, these ancient cultures also knew it was okay to eat meat. And by all understanding, they literally got that from the commandments that were given to sanction being able to eat meat for mankind when Noah's sons and Noah got off the ark. You'll find that in Genesis chapter 9. Because God had created man as the top of creation on earth, and the flood may have so changed the dynamic of earth and the food ecosystem that it would have been necessary to eat meat, especially as people dispersed across the planet. And obviously it's very cold up at the North and South Pole. I don't know how much lettuce and carrots and cauliflower you're going to grow up there. Now, if we're really evolved animals, then campaigners should have stepped up like they did with slavery to stop humans outright eating non-evolved meat and species, but they're not doing it because it's simply foolishness. And the Bible says in Proverbs 14 verse 1 that the fool says in his heart there's no God. So don't be a fool. Seek the Lord as the rule. Anyway, this isn't a long video. It's just a sarcastic but an honest look and questioning of the evolutionist or atheist foundation, evolutionist atheists I should say, and their logic and the lack of a reality of it in our paradigm. So anyway, God bless once again. This is Brother Darren, Hebrews 9 verse 27 and John 3 verse 16.